In 2015, I lost a friend because I was too certain. It wasn't about politics or religion, just a pointless argument in a dark bar, the kind you forget by morning, but I never did. That night, my certainty felt like armor. The more I spoke, the thicker it grew, until he just stood up, shook his head, and walked out. It's strange how certainty can make us feel invincible, and yet leave us more alone than doubt ever could. Most of us spend our lives building walls we rarely notice. Bricks made of opinions we collect, beliefs we inherit, assumptions we borrow from family, school, culture. These walls feel solid. They make the world seem stable, predictable. They keep the mess outside. But those same walls can do something else too. They can trap us inside. Certainty feels like strength. But when certainty hardens, it leaves the mind rigid, sealed off from anything that might shake it loose. Socrates understood this better than anyone. He wandered ancient Athens, asking the questions no one wanted to hear, the ones that cracked open the stones people built their lives on. He didn't ask to humiliate, well, maybe sometimes, but mostly he asked because he knew a mind that never questions itself stops growing. It is almost funny that the man who started Western philosophy didn't claim to know anything at all. In Plato's Apology, Socrates says, "I am wiser than this man, for neither of us knows anything truly good or great. But he thinks he does, while I do not pretend to know what I do not." Meanwhile, the rest of us spend our lives pretending we know it all. Maybe that's why his words never disappear. We have endless information at our fingertips, yet so little real understanding. There's a strange kind of freedom in admitting you don't know yet. That's where growth begins. Social media rewards us for being loud and certain. Strong opinions get attention. Outrage spreads faster than quiet questions ever could. The more we repeat an idea, the truer it feels. When did you last stop to ask, what if I'm wrong? Doubt doesn't feel good, but sometimes it's the only thing that brings us back to reality. Pyrrhonism, a Greek philosopher from around 300 BC, often considered the father of radical skepticism, believed that true knowledge is impossible because our senses and thoughts inevitably deceive us. Consequently, he argued that inner peace could only be achieved by suspending all judgment, a philosophy detailed extensively in Sextus' Empiricus, Outlines of Pyrrhonism. Pyrrho's skeptical outlook was influenced by his experience accompanying Alexander the Great on his expedition to India, where exposure to diverse cultures and ideas deepened his conviction that certainty is unattainable. Pyrrho's answer to the chaos of conflicting beliefs was simple: stop choosing. If nothing can be known for certain, then peace lies not in answers, but in letting go of the need for them. But taking literally, this leads to a paradox. A life without judgment isn't freedom, it's paralysis. You can't cross a street, hold a belief, or care for someone without making choices. Doubt may protect you from error, but it can also strip away meaning. The challenge isn't whether to doubt, it is when to stop. Skepticism is powerful when it clears away illusion, but at some point, you still have to act. A few years after that argument, I came across a line from Bertrand Russell. "The trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure and intelligent are full of doubt," he said in Triumph of Stupidity. It made me laugh at first, then it made me reflect. There is something steadying about thoughtful doubt. It isn't about destroying other people's ideas to feel superior. It's about keeping your own certainty in check. That friend walked away that night taught me more than my stubbornness ever did. I wish I had questioned myself sooner. Sometimes the real test is not whether you hold your beliefs, but whether you are willing to challenge them. Then how to put doubt to good use? It starts by questioning your own assumptions. When you hold a strong opinion, pause and ask, where did this come from? When you feel certain, ask, what if I'm wrong? Talk with people who see the world differently, not to debate, but to understand what you might be missing. Doubt your judgments, as Epictetus wrote in his Enchiridion. It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Modern psychology confirms this. The mind prefers certainty because it conserves energy. Doubt takes effort, but that effort frees you from illusions, from inherited beliefs, and from the fear of changing when evidence demands it. In art, uncertainty is fuel. A painter faces a blank canvas. A writer stares at an empty page. There is always a quiet voice asking, is this worth it? Will it work? Doubt hovers like a shadow. It is what keeps the next stroke uncertain, the next sentence breathing. Living is no different. A mind that never questions itself grows rigid, stuck inside what it already knows. Curiosity keeps it open, always unfinished, always becoming. Sometimes I still think about that night in the bar. Certainty cost me something I can't get back, but it left me with a lesson worth keeping. A mind willing to question itself doesn't stand in the way of truth. It clears the path for it. Carry your questions lightly. Let them poke holes in the walls you build too high. Let them light the corners you'd rather leave in shadow. The world is full of voices telling you what to think, but the ones who doubt wisely stand a little freer. They listen better. They choose with care. They live more awake. Thank you for spending your time here. If this reflection made you pause or see your own doubts differently, consider subscribing to Noesis.